There we go. Had a screen pop up at the bottom. Hey, I know it took me a minute to get the button clicked. I had something that popped up at the bottom and wouldn't let my little cursor go to it to unmute it. Hey, so were you there at the first try? There was no chat window. YouTube just did not even, it went, oops, something went wrong. So then I went, help to the kiddo. All right, so I'm looking at the pattern today. How are you? Yeah, well, I mean, my son just actually did make me feel better. Snoop Dogg did something evidently and streamed for 2 weeks with the mute button on. So we're not doing that bad. We are just not doing that bad. So I am still playing with my sister's in town, so I wasn't sure if I was gonna stream today, but we did the dinner thing, and I worked on graphics for future. It is funny. Well, it gets better. Evidently, he forgot to end the stream and went away for 2 days and basically filmed a wall for 2 days. Sad thing is, he's got better viewers than anybody else we know, and he wasn't even being heard. I guess somebody had to get a hold of his manager to get a hold of him to tell him to mute. So we're not that bad. We're just not that bad. I am curious though about that idea of making my own brick-racky thing. All right, we're gonna change cameras and I'll play on camera. What are you working on tonight? I guess I don't. Did my, oh, okay. I thought my shortcuts were dead last week, but so he was smoking shit. He was so high, I didn't even know that it was on mute. So there might be some changes around here. Oh, okay. Girls of Valor. That's good. That's good. Is it true that they can't have flags on them, right? You can have stars and you can have stripes, but you can't like piece a flag or use fabric with actual flags on it. Is that correct? Mm. So my sister's a big Dave Matthews Band fan. So she was in Washington watching, going to that concert. I've never heard that. Okay. I have been hearing that, which makes me, hey, hi, hot still. How was that done? Was it just gathers? What we came up with an idea the end of last one, wasn't it? It was like a blade instead of doing like a fin down his back. Well, could we just ruffle it? I might be able to ruffle it. How should I do that? Maybe. Right, now I'm gonna have to look up the map, the flag thing. Let's fold it in half and burn my fingers again. Can't use branch specific fabrics. And they don't have to be patriotic at all. So you could do a duck hunting one. All right. So, hey, still fucking hot. Hmm. I was thinking it'd be a little bit before I was going to need the Rick Rack. And looking at the instrucciones, we're probably going to do that tonight. I might have to stop before we get to the doll needle thing or take you with me over to dig through my drawer. That there are important guidelines to remain respectful, flag etiquette, keys to avoid making. Okay, maybe that's what it meant. A literal replica. Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you. So if I well, you can't really see that though, can you? You can't give me an opinion because you can't see it because it's so dark. And I really just don't know about this here ruffle. All right, let's see. We cut the pieces and we fuse the shit. 2. Stitch darts in belly and head. To stitch a dart, fold right sides together at the stitch line and stitch on the dotted lines. Trim excess line 1/4 inch. Oh, how am I gonna do that? Um, okay, that's that. Okay. Let's put a dot there. An actual dot. Then I have a pen. Probably more than I need. Okay, well, that's easy enough. If my only viewer is going to the bathroom, then I'll take my voice and get glasses. I'm sorry, Miss Daisy. What are you up to? Yay. See, you didn't even really know I left if I hadn't told you. But I'm blind anymore. So I need glasses. Extra glasses, extra help with glasses. Okay. My hair's good. Um, ooh, that's not. Oh, wait, this is more than that too. And a dot. You good? It appears to be yes. Thank you. Appreciate it. Double check. Sure. You just ran into that. Seems to be okay. Um, it does look like YouTube has some set of channels and default, so it doesn't. Almost like in Windows, you could set a sound device as your default sound device in your headphones. So you go there, and so YouTube has a way to set the channels as default. So some of them might, when you logged in. So at least on this computer, it'd be set as the default. So it looked like, looking at stuff, it made it seem like you had signed into other accounts on that, and it was just a little confused. Where I had both accounts open. Yeah, so I think that's confused it. That could be. But at the end, then I go from one to like the other and to top, so I was like, oh, I'll just leave them open. Yeah, it just looked like it got confused and it was trying to go through the other channels. And it was like, that's not the channel it's set up to stream. I think you're right. Thank you. Oh, this better be a pencil. Pencil? Wait. I think this is. Okay. That's what we're going to do. Actually, I thought one other window was going to pop out here. Maybe it was this one. There we go. Can I make this? I can now see why people will have multiple computers running. That one says I'm offline. Let's not look at that one. You're on potty break, so I'm going to pop out dashboard. And then I'm going to shrink that a little. We're going to put, that's not sure that's what I wanted to do. And just kind of tuck that. Nope. I can tell. I'll do this often. All right. I don't know where to put any of this stuff. There are some things that I just can't shrink very well. So then it's how do I make it fit? I have a small laptop. So how's your weekend today? How was your weekend? Okay, there we go. I think I have all my bits together. Okay. Let's see that right there. That'll be easy. What? Okay, nothing. It's been a busy weekend. We had wedding, Saturday night. We recovered yesterday. Hi, Watterson. How's it going? And today I goofed off, however. My sister came in. We went to dinner. I made a chocolate cake. All right, this is the head, and that is the belly. And this did say number 2 stitch darts in belly and fold. And stitching on the dotted line is what makes sense, but let's just see if that's what they said. Fold right sides together at solid line, stitch on dotted lines. So technically, 1, 2, 3. Fold that. You guys. 1, 2, 3. I can totally mute that if I need to. All right, let's see if I can sew what they want me to sew. Hold it here and stitch here. So I'm going to be like back stitching the hell out of this, which means if I fuck this up, it's going to be a bitch to get out. Okay. Fingies out of the way. And let's grab this one. It's friends, you know. How did we end up being the parents of the ones getting married? Okay. Glasses up on head. Before I cut it, let's make sure. Trim excess fabrics is in quarter. Moment of truth. Okay, we're going back. There we go. Eek. Picked up no, cucumber. We're getting cucumbers that are like that big around. And it's like orange. What the hell? I mean, I have some in here in my water. That orange? That's our cucumber. Uh, I've never Did you find the patterns? I thought we couldn't find the pattern. I mean, I am looking at them going, what other color combinations could I do that'd be super cool? I guess maybe I can make a little girl. Dalton and Dolly. Oh, okay. Because I checked the places my manufacturers I buy from. There anymore. That part went so well, we're done, right? There's gonna be things that are hard though. All right. Those there. What's a little blue later? Because we stop from time to time here. All right. Nope. Don't put it away. Don't put it down. All right. Number 3. Matching markers. Cell head to belly. Okay. I want you to see that they're different sizes. So when I hear map, I think lining on top of each other. The closest is this will be like bow ties. And I still don't have that in a good enough spot for you to see. Wait, sorry. Right here. They don't line up. Okay. Side and I see the chat screen going. I'm just focused. Give me just a sec. If I look away, it'll go away. Okay, thank you. Let's see. Do we think that is? We're going for it. We're just gonna do a quarter of an inch. Hey, kiddo, what do you? I am going to, yeah, I don't know. Let's do that. I hate it when I do that, but okay. Now that I've stirred it twice, you know we're gonna have to rip it out, right? So it always goes with me. Oh, I mean, I hope I stitched far enough. That's the I'm not sure I stitched down far enough. Maybe I need to stitch further down. Chin. So maybe that's where it needs to be. Let's see kind of what that looks like. Yeah. It's not gonna hurt to have reinforcement. Come over here. What are you doing, kiddo? Kind of like that picture. Before, I had the camera in a different spot and I had to be way up here to be centered. I finally got it to where I can be right in front of me. But I'm not used to it. All right. Okay, that was number 4. Place rickrack between dots marked on the body pattern piece. Baits in place along the back using the illustration as a reference. Oh, shit. What are we going to do then? We're out of time. What if? Okay, where do I have this set now? I want some big stitches. I did the wrong direction. Hold on. That makes more sense. This is not as loose of a stitch as I wanted, but then again, here we go. It is. You're happy to get what you get. Give yourself a big. Mm. Yeah, I need some. Okay. Maybe this is the anchor. Okay. Hmm. I don't know how I'm gonna feel about. Oops. What did I miss? There. Whoops. I didn't. When I started in first personalization, because you can't call anything normal. Um, game night, really, with friends. We played a couple of different card games. Um, just kind of, we're only just together for a couple hours. So it can't be one of those games that takes 6 hours. So, what do you have games that you? I was gonna try to like like go fish, but it's called Go Fuck Yourself. Doesn't that sound like something I'd like? Um, it is. Uh, the ads show you playing it with family, which is just hilarious. But they're like, "Do you have a prostitute?" Something. And then if you don't have that card, then instead of go fish, it's go fuck yourself. Yeah, but I need to find someplace other than Amazon because it was like $35 and it's a freaking card game. Of course, somebody else had it. Oh, here. How would I to go on this? Oh, I got a lot to go here. See, if I did a better basting stitch, this probably that's so damn bad. Down. It's gonna take forever. One of my customers did. Is this gonna be? Yeah. Or do we want? I didn't want it too matching. Yeah. Fighting with it. So I could go lighter, but then it doesn't. There's that lighter, that which is almost identical. just this one, and the dark one that I'm doing right now. Hopefully. Oops. Three people. I'm only talking to one. Who else is here? Hello. So, I guess, I don't know who you are. This is basically a UFO stitch and bitch. I have numbered 20 of my UFOs, and we're slowly working through them and bitching about it the entire time. Yes. Yeah, they're UFOs for a reason. I think I'll try to figure out how to type that in. The idea of the camera is if you pop in before somebody's thing, which is usually how I get a few. What if I'm hello? Say hi. I'm making a rock wall, but I didn't get a freaking out. It's easy. This is a hard way. Finding the hard way every time. Okay. I did it. Wait. Smooth this out a little bit. I've got so much string now. Let's see. All right, we're going to, whoops. What? Let's just put a clip. We can mark. We're going to Now, eat rice. It's a friction marker instead of a pen. And, well, that could be cute if we really want. We made two. It's famous for me and me. That needs to be. Okay. The actual instructions. There's a rickrack between the two dots marked on the body piece based. Fabric right side up. Find which this side, because if I've got to sew it together, this side is going to show. Hi there, how are you, Terry? Welcome in. Where are you from? We are stitching and bitching basically together. You want to sew along with? Please do. I guess I'm gonna need pens for this. Texas. Here, hold on. I figured being as I couldn't hear anything out of it, I just had it around my neck, so that might be bad. Let's see if I put them back up. I can see how that would have done it. So we'll try that. All right, so if I need. I need here. What do we do about this raw edge? We are winging something that needs rickrack that I don't have. You know, I just don't have dark brown gigantic rickrack. I am near Portland, Oregon. I own a quilt shop in town. And I can't say the word fuck there as much as I like. It's very fun, isn't it? Do you have a specific style or type that you like? Just patchwork? Do you like um, scrappy quilts? Or do you like paper piecing or any of that fun stuff? I'm gonna tack that later, I think. And stitch it maybe. Because I don't think you can get away with making a stuffed animal and not having a little bit of actual hand sewing. Not my favorite though. Is it less crackly now? In Portland? Awesome. I've lived all over. I think I went to 14, 14 or 15 schools to graduate high school, and that was spread over 4 states. No, it was not military. Everybody tends to ask that one. Eek. This is the way this needs to go, right? So then when this goes, then it will, okay, yeah, good, good. I am new enough that I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. My kids stream, but they stream on a different platform. So they are helping me figure this out. And I might shift away from the laptop I'm using because I think there's enough parts here right now to piece me together a computer that will handle live streaming better than this little laptop. I use a lot of CPU power here. And they're like, yeah, you're not supposed to do that. I just hit live and see what it does. Which you might have seen. I'm going to make it disappear, but I went live and YouTube decided that it couldn't figure out how to get the chat working. And so it just said, oops, I can't do this without chat. So I kept screwing around. So I had to actually close it all down, bring YouTube back up, and start again. And then the chat popped up. So that I was like, do I just go? I'm like, no, the whole point is to talk to people, damn it. My beverage of choice tonight is cucumber water. They were just talking about cucumbers. We have cucumbers growing in our garden, but one of them turned kind of ready, well, orange. There's just no other way to describe that. I mean, I'm a color person, but I could get really technical, but it's orange. And I did not know. Now that I've pinned all that, maybe I want that shorter. Let me just pick a couple. Because if we have to sew this, yeah, maybe I will bring this sew line to the edge. So this is at least a 1/4 inch shorter. Oh yay. Fucking do it again. It's scary as hell. We I have, like I said, a shop, and I started doing the Facebook live sales just before COVID hit. And so I've got a little bit of experience, but this is different than what I do at the shop. At the shop, I have, you know, I have to go from one thing to the next to the next. Nobody wants to be on live for an hour and a half. And so it's a little bit of chatting and a lot of just go to the next thing. This is, as my uh, family has said, it's more personal. That, and you can see me bumble my way through all this bullshit. Anyway, I figure Gen X has a corner in all the markets right now, except quilting. So here I am. I am the foul mouthed Gen Xer. I'm just going to be swearing at fabric. Might have been easier to not have the actual mat here. I guess we're sticking with this color. Well, I hope it's more personal. Because, I mean, we're all in this shit together. Now, if there's something I can teach, I will teach if anybody wants to know something. But I don't want people to have to come here thinking, oh, they're going to have to learn something. But if a teachable moment pops up, don't hesitate to ask them. This is still a booger. There. Hey, good. I needed that pin, actually. And we'll just kind of eke that in when we get there. All right. Now, what the hell? Let's do. What was the actual instructions? We did the matching the triangles. Match the belly, star marker, and the. Oh, nope, not yet. Place brick rack between the dots on the body, based in place along the back using the illustration as a. So just the one side at the moment. All right. Okay, y'all saw me put the dots on the back side of this too, right? Okay. Now we're basting anyway, right? Okay, just gonna come right here. Basting. Yeah, I know. There are people flipping their shit right now about those pins. Oh well. Oops, that's the stupid board. We're gonna see how that does. Whoops. That might look kind of cute actually. So I'm gonna hand stitch somehow right there. Anyway, okay. Yeah. What you think? That'd be kind of cute. Okay. You might not know what we're doing yet. We're going to put that right there for a second. My playground, I quote my rules. All right. I like that better than not my monkeys, not my circus. All right. All right. Dalton is who we're working with. All right. So sort of basted something that down. Okay, that was number 4. Right place, base, match seam of head and belly to the star marker on the body piece. Pin edges together around the curve and slow into place. Repeat with the second body piece, leaving a spot in the belly seam open for turning. Okay. What do they want? They want this 6. So on the back of head, the bottom of tail. So that makes it sound like this hasn't been done. But at some point, that'll need to be done. But you are showing that star, this star, still not in frame. This star right there, which is supposed to be right here. Okay, let's play with the piece that doesn't have the rick-rack on it. Because it might be easier to do this with a rick-rack out of place. Out of the way. You know what I mean. I just heard snoring. Maybe not. All right. Head, belly, head, belly. All right. Got That'll be cute. I gotta just keep telling myself that. He will be cute. I don't know which sides can be easier, but these iron off markers, so. Yeah, we're missing Val. We haven't had Val the past couple lives. Christy has snuck in and said, hey. Um, is that what they want? Huh. And then that'll ease all the way in down. And that'll ease. All right, Dalton, let me look at you. Yep. Okay. Pink. I don't know. So, you can tell that I do not do stuffies. This is why it is a UFO. This, huh, this is precision tiny work. Hey, pins are sharp. So we are live probably every 4 or 5 days, I think is what we're averaging at the moment. And that might shift a little if I have something I gotta get done for the shop. And then I'll sneak in and start a different playlist for that kind of thing. Wait, whereabouts in Texas are you? Anywhere near Houston for the quilt market? Because if you haven't done that, you should. Mm, let's find it. Lately. Yeah, I think I'm hearing some. But sometimes doing this shit, I think it'd be better off if you were a child. Because my fingers are too big to get in here. And I don't have really big hands. All right. Do I have do I have green thread? Because it might be wise to consider that. Let's not wake up the dog. That's not bad. I have some pretty good green thread. Let's see. Gotta unthread it. Threading the old ones kind of sucks sometimes. But actually, I need a bobby. I just figure, in case I've got some shitty stitching. Me? Fucking never. Let's just sew with the same color. Crap. Eyeballs. Yeah, I need more light too. If this is something that takes off or whatever, I will get some stuff. I will maybe have some lights coming down from the ceiling. That way I'm not tripping over shit. Oops. Brackets to hold things because I got like this tablet right here. I probably don't need any more. Um, I am gonna get a computer evidently, which means I'm probably gonna need some sort of brackets to hold the monitor maybe, so it's not right on the desk. All of us grafters know that flat surface space is that of the monitor. So this is Jackie. All right, now that we've done that, I'm going to do this in 2 sections. They just gave the impression that I'm just sewing, right? Regular seam allowance. Match the seam of the head, body, pin, and sew into place. Normal. Okay. Let's do that. You know, no, we're going to, if I, where would the other foot be? I moved everything not long ago. Like just a couple weeks ago, I moved over here from a different part in the. I think if I use the foot without the blade, that'll be easier. Now wake up the dog. See, this is the joy of sewing with somebody in their house. Kids come through, husband, dogs were barking. Oh, crap, I don't see it. If I were the lunchbox, where would I be? I think I'm going to be fucked and have to do this foot anyway. Well, you know. Holy crap. Holy crap. I just found it. I just found it. Do, 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 do. I must go buy a lottery ticket. Come on. There we go. Uh-oh. Did I wake up the dog? No. She just moved her head. But I do have another one over there that just joined the scene. All right, let's try this again. We're going to. So I have this blue tape here. This is 1/4 of an inch. I only do it on the old machine because sometimes I've got to sew it out. So sometimes when I gotta do something really small, I don't even put my foot in. Okay, so some of these back. The red one can come out, and the green one can come out. I'm trying to come up to this white one. But if I say not as I do, I got changes. If I know, no. I know. We all do it though, don't we? And finger in here to adjust a little. And ooh, yellow. So, what do we think I need to do here? Do I need to leave a flap so that I can get the other side? I think I'm going to take it out though. Okay. Did you take a dog up? She's mopey. Dad evidently wants to go to bed though. Yeah, he is passed out. See, it's on the inside. Nobody can see when the zigzaggy line up. Okay, so this still needs to be there, kinda. Let's come at it this way. All right, let's go back to the other side. I think I'm gonna have to pin. Maybe. I think I can. Hmm. How good did we think I am? Does your shop sell online? It does. My store is Material Magic. Still trying to figure out the best way with, like, we're doing UFOs, which means there's a good chance these patterns aren't available. Or if I'm using a tool that I don't happen to have in the shop at the moment, I'm not sure how to go about handling, like, orders so that I can get it in and then let you know when it's in. I don't know. I have thought about it, and I do not know exactly what to do about it. And that was it should be up in the notes too. So, hey, looking at the screen and oops, that picture looks similar. So we're kind of on the right track. Except, how did that do there? See, I knew that was gonna. There's a stitch. Okay, well, you know, I don't want to stitch there. No, Alex is not from Oregon. This is still a new thing for me, but my friends have not, like, joined yet. Be great if they did. All right, let's see. Did that, like, come out completely, or is that just, like, some extra stitches? All right, part of his nose is going to come along and be his belly. I can kind of start to see it. But yeah, I do have to come back right there. Garg. God, if I'm fighting this bad with it now. Yay. Alright, so we're gonna just go back over. And let's bring the pedal closer. Right, let's try that. Of course, I have my scissors. And I'm not doing it yet, but you know, with this curve here, we'll have to snip. Better. Okay. Match things in head and belly. That's what we did. Just there, right? Leaving a spot in the belly open to turn, open for turning. So along the back of the head at the bottom to the bottom of the tail. Where does it want me to turn him? I'm guessing I can do that when I sew on the other side. Boo-hoo. Why the feral quilter? Because Gen X does the feral everything. There's even shirts that just say feral. Because we were the feral generation. We were the latchkey kids. We were outside. So I'm of that generation, and I decided that I thought it was funny. And I'm just like the rest of those guys. So um, that's that's what you get. I don't hold anything back. I am who I am. If I swear, I swear. I vape. I drink. Or I swear. I try not to be mean. And ages ago, somebody had me watch one of these live, kind of what we're doing right here. And what she did is she numbered her UFOs, and she would do like I think somehow she had a bingo ball doohickey thing. And she would draw a number, and that would be the UFO she'd work on. And I'm like, oh, I really like that idea, but it somehow evolved over the years to be this too. Sew arms together, turn and stuff. Sew along the back. Match seams in head and body. Let's go back to that one. Star on the body piece. Pin edges together. Sew around the curve. Sew into place. Repeat with the second body piece. Leaving a spot. Okay, so what they want. That's not technically how they worded it. Now I'm gonna have to fight the ruffle too. And why ruffle? Because I don't have brick rack. I do not have brown brick rack. All right. Let's just maybe pin it in. Fires from Houston. Never been to the show. If you could go, go. If you can go, it is definitely something. And you know, I got clips, so we're gonna do clips. Okay, back to the glasses. All right, so I'm going to. Yeah. If there's something you guys want me to teach or anything, we can do that on the Material Magic channel anytime. That I mean, after confirming I know how to do whatever it is, you know how that. This is where I'm gonna get concerned. Is where this is all supposed to come together. That's where I was starting to wonder earlier whether I needed to leave a stitch out. Um, I've gone to the market as a shop owner, but not to, because it's, how do they word that? There's market and then there's festival. And one of them is just shop owners, and one of them is the public. And I think it would be way more fun to hit the other side. But part of it is you're going to end up with all the fun little vendors that make wood handled doohickeys that aren't big enough to be picked up by the big distributors and stuff. But it's all the fun, kitschy shit that when we go to a show, we want to see and buy. So, oh, this is going to suck ass right here. We're going to. Well, good, because that's life. There's a few people at the shop. I mean, that was kind of my husband's point, is the customers put up with it and they fucking come back for more. So there will be a few people that won't care, but I'm sure. Because fuck is a sentence enhancer, in my opinion. Okay. She said to leave a spot. Yeah, the big she. Maybe I need to mark a couple lines so I know to stop sewing. Oh, hey, ah, we're gonna try that. Okay. Jeez, we've been on here an hour and a half already? Time flies. All right. Being as it's a school night, kids, let's um let us sew this side together. Crap, it's August. Oh, it's September already. Maybe the next live won't be Dalton. It might be pattern testing because I've got a shop out coming up and I haven't pattern tested. Let's turn this again. And the snoring stopped. Never mind. I lied. All right, let's get to my self-imposed mark of where it went. Let's turn that on for a second because the the shape flex is coming off. All right, so what I think we'll do next time is because I have to pattern test. This is my block, and then this block is going to be inside of a bat or part of a bigger block with a bat. I have to print that part. I have to find it. I have to print it. Anyway, I got to pattern test it, make sure it's going to work, so then we can go to print. Not everybody needs to, but I'm always late. I hear sirens. They're coming to get me. Okay. Just just know that I do this all the time. I have I have iron off marks, and then decided I was going to press them. Thank you. So, have you seen the I guess they're Lori Holt blocks from Riley Blake, where there's a quilt block inside of a big pumpkin. That's kind of the premise that we're going with this time is when you come to the shop hop, you will get a piece of paper just like this with the instructions. I'll have it two-sided. And then that is instructions and fabric to make this block. That's free. That block is like 6 inches, I think, is what it's going to be. And then you can buy $5 ish. I don't know. I haven't looked at the cost of anything yet. Um, an add-on kit to turn that 6 inch block into a 12-inch block. Sounds good, but it's the first time doing it like this. All right, readers on. So it's that concept with a block inside of something else. However, my store is in Halloween Town. What do you mean by that? What? The 90s movie. Oh, wait. I have a pincushion over here. The 90s movie Halloween Town with Debbie Reynolds in it was filmed in my little ass town. Our movie theater has a picture that Debbie Reynolds signed, and we have Halloween Town activities out from mid-September to end of October. So my store is painted Halloweenish. Here. Okay. Nope. And I have a big selection of Halloween fabrics. Oh, really? You know the movie. That's awesome. I don't know that the movie's awesome. I think it's very cult classic-ish. Does that make sense? Um, but it was filmed here, and we have. Okay, I don't like this. I'm just for the record. I think you already know that. We have a pumpkin lighting instead of like New York having the tree lighting. We do pumpkin lighting, and we have two of them. One for residents and one for the masses, because if we want to even see it, we've had 10,000 people down here before. I don't know how that's gonna look right there. I think all that grabbed was the seam allowance. I guess we'll fucking find out when I figure out how to turn this. All right. I'm gonna just right now that little statement I said about making a second one and naming her Dolly. It's not gonna happen because I don't enjoy doing this that much. And maybe if it was a stretchier fabric, I don't like working with stretchy fabric either. So I don't. I'm gonna leave the stuffed animals to my friend. But I've had this for like 10 years. So if you liked the movie, where's my thing from here to, okay, so I just need to connect this. One of my customers that comes in, the kitchen, the daughter's kitchen, where Marnie and Debbie Reynolds and whoever played the mom, and anyway, their kitchen was my friend's kitchen. I don't even know how the hell they got involved in that. I mean, how does one get involved in that shit? I don't know. All right. So I sewed, I don't know if it looks okay up here, but we sewed up here and around to here. Maybe I should have, could have, should have. I'm going to pin this, but this is the area that we're not supposed to sew so that I can turn Dalton inside out, right side out, sorry. All right, so now we're going to start here and we'll go just there. Well, did you watch Twilight? quite a bit of Twilight was filmed here too. Um, nope, I'm starting here. I can tell you what scenes if that was something that you were into as well. Alright, so wait a minute. How the hell does that? Okay, well, we're gonna just see what it does. Eek. Okay, do I go ahead and swallow you around, or should I? I probably should check that shit. But I'm right here. Do we care? Twilight. Yeah, do you know? Yeah, Twilight. Bella's house is here. I think they turned it. Okay, I don't know if it still is. I was just asking about this today, but it was a VRBO kind of thing, so you could go stay in Bella's bedroom. It's kinda cool. Yeah, we have some shit. So, if you guys want me to tell you about the Twilight ones, I can. I'm just going for it in case you hadn't figured this out. So, I noticed I might have to go back along the back because I really didn't do a quarter of an inch. I just kind of followed the presser foot, and the presser foot is not the quarter inch foot. So this could be really bad. All right, let me grab my clips and see what you guys have had to say about Twilight. Oh, hey, Christy. Oh, that I wasn't getting the full quarter of an inch. Yeah, I figured it would just cement it down anyway, even if I went back over it. That and we have a little IDGAF going over here. Let's. He puts a commercial bad. Well, it's not that great. Okay, okay. We're here. We always tend to not think our area is great, but nothing has told me to clip edges and stuff. Don't you think I would need to do that for curves and crap? I'm assuming that's what they're stitched like. There's three dashes, three dashes, three dashes. It's really weird. I'm assuming that's supposed to be their full-on stitch line, but that's probably stupid. I don't know. All right, but we are at the. Let's rewatch the beginning. Yeah, I was just saying too that maybe the next live might need to be me pattern testing for shop talk. It's just kind of, I know it's duplicate work, but I kind of want to make sure that it doesn't, I didn't miss something big or something. So we're gonna work it, work it. I think I'm gonna be okay with the working. Poke it all in. So that my favorite part that was filmed here in town of Twilight, besides the Bella House stuff, is the Port Angeles scene when she gets lost and somebody starts following her and picking on her and whatnot. And then she's in some fucked up parking lot or something, and Edward comes screaming in his car, and it's all menacing and shit, and tells her to get in the car. That is right here in town. Okay, so there's his little fin. Well, not fin. That's just, I just kind of want to see. I know. He's starting to look, he's starting to look like a little dragon. I mean, I'm a fourth wing nut, but I don't think there's going to be more than just Mr. Dalton. So I've got this whole little nose thing here that's, I'm not sure I need to clip those corners. That seems like maybe right in here. Right in here seems tight as hell. And then somehow we have to hook wings and feet and arms and shit on there. So that's it. We did almost 2 hours, and we'll have to come back to him. We have to figure out the rick-rack solution. Um, yeah, he's kind of cute for those that are watching. Okay, ladies, it'll probably be Thursday, Friday, and I will be back. I'll start a playlist, probably for random shit that I gotta work on like this. So that's it. I will try to like and follow so that you'll know, Terry, when we go online again. And I try to put no, it's not Facebook posts, it's YouTube posts out when I get closer to knowing when I can go live so that you can be ready. This one I wasn't too sure I was even going to get to because we went to dinner with out of town family. And then it just worked. So here we are. All right. Love you all. Thank you for putting up with my mouth and helping me work through my shit. And I will see you in a few days. Bye.